So please first talk about one of the proudest moments that happened and what was it, and why is it so special?
September, when we launched our first Made in India EQS car. I think that's the proudest moment for our plant because that's where we started our electrification journey. Made in India EQS 580 Matic was really landmark moment for whole plant. This is the first electric vehicle which is rolled out from India plant. This is the first EQS which is built outside Germany, and with this vehicle, India is the first plant to start the electrification journey for the overall CKD network. So if we talk about EQS, it has the highest range in the segment right now with 857 kilometers, with the battery pack which is so powerful with 107 kilowatt battery pack, and that make it very special. Not only a beautiful car, but a performance car at the same time. Generally, all our Mercedes-Benz product cars are 85% recyclable material.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Climapreneur Show. On today's episode, we are speaking with Mr. Venkatesh Kulkarni, ED and Head of Operations at Mercedes-Benz India. Really the man of the moment, the man who led the EQS 580, the man who really, Germany के बाद India में पहली बार ये गाड़ी बनी है, and the person who led it was this man. So let's really try to understand from him the things that you never hear on news articles, the things that you never hear in mainstream press. What is it all about? How did he prepare his team? How did he build this vehicle? And what does really the vehicle really has for you? So I hope you enjoy the conversation. And if you do, please do hit the subscribe button. Welcome, Venkatesh, on the Climapreneur Show. Firstly, thank you so much for taking out the time to do this. And, I know you really have a very busy schedule, but thanks for taking out the time to do this. I read this that Mercedes-Benz became an iconic brand because it led change. It didn't resist change. And today also they are at the forefront when it comes to carbon neutral mobility. And as you were talking about on 30th September, I think 2022 last year, we had an iconic moment for Mercedes-Benz India. And you really were and are the man of the moment who is leading this change for Mercedes-Benz India. So please first talk about one of the proudest moments that happened and what was it, why was it, and why is it so special?
So when you touched upon a topic of September, when we launched our first Made in India EQS car, I think that's the proudest moment for our plant because that's where we started our electrification journey. Made in India EQS 580 Matic was really landmark moment for whole plant. This is the first electric vehicle which is rolled out from India plant. This is the first EQS which is built outside Germany. And with this vehicle, India is the first plant to start the electrification journey for the overall CKD network. And why it is a special moment for us? Because of the top technologies which we have used to make it possible. As you are aware that to satisfy our customer demand, the transformation from the ICE to electrification not happening overnight. It goes hand in hand over a period of time. And that's where the technology as well as manufacturing processes, training of the people and the whole setup of this transformation made it so special. So as you rightly said, that's really a special moment in the history of Mercedes-Benz when we unveiled this Made in India car. And yeah, we also had a special guest on that occasion here in our plant. And I think everyone of the plant enjoyed it.
So, have you driven an EQS? What has been your personal experience?
EQS is very close to our heart because when you drive EQS, when you touch the car, you already have a first feeling of sustainability that you are not only driving a car, satisfying the individual need, but we are also trying to contribute to this Mother Earth. That's on the first contribution on social side. But when I talk about myself, first feel comes is EQS has this S letter in that, which is really our flagship product letter S. And it gives you that luxury feeling of the product. The top technology, the MBUX connected system, you must have seen this MBUX hyperscreen on EQS, the ride quality, and on top of it, the most importantly, its features. It's not only a special car, but it also gives a lot. So if we talk about EQS, it has the highest range in the segment right now with 857 kilometers, with the battery pack, which is so powerful with 107 kilowatt battery pack. And that make it very special. Not only a beautiful car, but a performance car at the same time, and electric car. So it makes it also very special that Mercedes-Benz is not only known for producing the car and selling the car, but as you rightly mentioned, it's also living the dream of the people. We are the one who first brought the luxury EV in Indian market for our customers. And we will try our level best to satisfy need of customers in future as well.
That's amazing, and I think I mentioned to Mr. Shikhar as well that, that when Mercedes, like the three-pointed star, it's land, air, and sea. Initially, a century back, it was really pioneering land, air, and sea, and today it is like really safeguarding them. And the way it's being evolved with, say, your Ambition 2039. That's like, and the kind of initiatives it's being taken. For example, just developing the car, the entire process is so sustainable. Like I read somewhere, the material used inside the car, it's also sustainable material. So let's really like break down what it takes to say build an EQS 580 right from, the smallest screws to the final car, and how is the process like?
Okay, so when I speak about Mercedes-Benz brand, as you started, on this topic, we really build world most desirable cars.
Desirable and sustainable today.
And sustainable. So then I can say when desirable and luxury car, it doesn't go without sustainability. Correct. Because there is no luxury without sustainability, and we believe in this feature. And when we speak about luxury, it is always sustainable. And with this, the Mercedes-Benz has very clear strategy. We have a very clear balance on our strategy with economic goals, our social goals, and our sustainable goals. With the clear focus on our stakeholders, which is, customers, employee, supply chain. You spoke about our suppliers, because it's not possible only that Mercedes-Benz is sustainable, but we also have to have all our supply chain sustainable. Then only we can claim that we are carbon neutral and we are fulfilling our 2039 ambition goal. To achieve this, there are set of initiatives and set of really actionable topics which we have taken care. If we talk about, these actionable points in terms of product, plants, supply chain, and if we speak one by one, for products, all our product portfolio is getting electrified. But if I talk on the global portfolio, by 2025, almost 50% of the product portfolio is already electrified, and we are expecting the penetration in the market at that level. By 2030, Mercedes-Benz will have electric vehicle offering in all market at 100% rate, wherever it is possible. Of course, customer market also has to take it. We are looking at 2039, which is a ambition 2039 goal what we have. Not only we as a company, but all our network, all our franchisee partner, as well as supply chain. Not first level of suppliers, but as you use the word, to the screw level, to the N number of suppliers, supplier tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 7, tier 8, we would like to be carbon neutral by 2039. And all the steps in these directions have already been taken. If I go now step by step, as you ask about product, in product, when we talk about sustainable product, it also comes very importantly that what kind of material goes in a product. Generally, all our Mercedes-Benz product cars are 85% recyclable material.
85%.
Today as well. And when I speak about EQS, very specifically, the steel which we are using in EQS is made out of, recycled steel up to 80%. So whatever the body structure of a car, when we look at it, whatever parts which we are using in this body, in the stamping processes, they are already 80% recycled steel. Whatever flooring mat covers and everything which we are using, we are already using the fishing nets, and we are using some scrap of our existing floor mats. So we are trying to see all opportunity where we can use the recycled material or material with the renewable, raw material, so that it becomes as sustainable as possible. So that journey continues. In the development phase of a car, we also calculate the car from a CO2 perspective, and we try to reduce it as much as possible. So the effort towards or journey towards sustainability go all the way from development of car to all the way till the dealerships. And that's what we talk about product. Not only product in EV, but also the material inside it. When I speak about the plants, by 2022, already by end of last year, the India plant is 100% carbon neutral. We
The
already
plant is 100% carbon neutral.
Yes, we are working on that, and we achieved 2022 end of the year carbon neutral status. The overall globe, if we see by 2030, all our plants, of course, will be CO2 neutral, but the energy which we use, 70% above, are also going to be used from the green energy sources. That's the target all over the world, what we have. And I think we will be try to reach that a little bit earlier than the later. When I speak about plant and the processes, it's very, very important to understand that there is an effort in the expander. On one side, we would like to reduce as much as CO2 consumption footprints, like reduction in the wastages, reduction in water usage, reduction in the electricity consumption. At the same time, we would like to increase the source of these energies from the green. So for that purpose, plant like India, we have our own solar plant here. We have 3 megawatt solar plant already placed in this, and we are expanding it, year by year. So we are trying to take these efforts year on year. One side, conserve energy, and on the other side, increase the green energy footprint. So this is not stopping till this year. This is expanding to dealer network, suppliers, and we can speak about it, in detail, step by step.
That's really amazing. And like, I would like, for example, the room that we're currently sitting in, it has like a lot of sunlight coming in. Is the architecture also a part of, like having such windows and where we can conserve energy? Because you don't really need, like lights in normal working conditions here. And apart from that, I would really like you to expand on it. How is this plant basically carbon neutral? And what are the kind of technologies, initiatives that have been worked on to make this plant carbon neutral? Because it's really amazing to see, this kind of thing happening. And at reality, this is not a number that's going to be achieved. Like, it's true today.
Yeah. So this plant, if we see the energy needs of the plant, year on year, we have a clear internal targets. How do we conserve this energy? As I already explained. On the top of it, what are the natural lights? In the plant, we do have a various way. By use, we maximize the natural lights. We use the solar tubes. These are the new concepts, where we can have small tubes coming out from the air, and that can increase the light settlement in the plant. We use special fans to spread the air and the ventilation inside a plant to save some energy on the normal AHU mode. In the plant, the most power consumption, or you can say energy consumption area, is paint shop. In a paint shop as well, a lot of processes have been optimized such a way that we have reduced our energy consumption in a paint shop to a greater extent in year by year. I would say, we have reduced 18% to 20% in the last few years in a paint shop, which is a very, very high number. And that was really done with some of the innovative processes and ideas of the people how to save energy. So on one side, we are implementing these energy conservation methods. On other side, the people are contributing because the kind of awareness and the self-responsibility on people is very high. There are amazing ideas which keeps on coming. In December, we have celebrated the Green Production Week. Last weeks, we have celebrated the Earth Day and Earth Week. There are so great ideas which we have received from the people, and these are really a source, a grand source for us to implement green initiatives in the plant. So that's one by one on the plant side, as well as equipment side, as well as product side. We are implementing in this plant and trying to make it as carbon neutral as possible.
And when it comes to say, we were talking about EVs, in that terms, how is the technology evolving in terms of battery, in terms of charging infrastructure? Because as we spoke with Mr. Shikhar also, that one of the biggest anxiety people has is charging. And with you have developed fast chargers, ultra fast chargers, What is the technology behind it? And please expand on some of these technologies that you are working on. And even, like Shikhar was mentioning about repercussion into the EQS 580. So, please take us through these technologies into the vehicle.
So I will start with the technology right from product, and then I will go up to the plant, and then also charging networks. So if we look at our product, these are really highly technology oriented product. What we have in the car park in India right now is around 79,000 connected vehicles all over. We are the one who have really pushed technologies to the next level and brought some of the top technologies like MBUX as well as AI driven MBUX Hyperscreen, which are really giving those personalized connect with the customers. And we are proud that we are pushing all the boundaries on technology front on the car. When it comes to EVs, with the EQS 580, which is the product, and we had 3 of them, which we launched last year, the AMG version of EQS 580, then EQS 580, which is made in India, 4MATIC, and then last is the EQB. All these 3 vehicles comes with a battery pack, which has a high range. As we discuss about EQS with 857, it's really a highest range. I would really, on a side note, I would like to also mention about this made in India EQS vehicle, when we have traversed across Golden Quadrilateral in India. I hope you might have read it somewhere. Yeah. It has set multiple records, because that was really one of the great, you can say, example to take that fear out of the range, and how you can, support this transformation journey of electrification. Electric vehicle like EQS, when travels across Golden Quadrilateral, setting up so many records. On one side, it's proving the product. On other side, it's also proving the charging infrastructure, which is set up, and what kind of confidence customer can gain out of it. If I speak about records, EQS 580 has made 30 records in this one drive. And to mention it in the India Book of Records, completing the Golden Quadrilateral in 111 hours is one of the greatest record which by any electric vehicle in India. Second, with Asia Book of Records, they have also completed 6,000 kilometers in 110 hours. And these kind of records not only prove the product, but also transform the whole industry, transform the whole sustainable journey of a nation. Because that is not only talking about one product, but also gives the confidence in the system and the customers. Right. When I speak now up to product technology, then I come to the charging infrastructure. Charging infrastructure, of course, the requirement of charging high voltage chargers are increasing. We do have a common standards across the industry, but high voltage charging is increasing day by day. Requirement of that, and the system in India or infrastructure in India is also, you can say, supporting well. When we speak about Mercedes-Benz India, I think my colleague might have mentioned about it already. We do have our own charging infrastructure. Yeah. When I speak about it, the most importantly, our effort is to use the green energy for this charging infrastructure.
And how do you plan to do so?
We are working on with the charge point suppliers to ensure that we get into the green energy. There are charging points which are with our dealer network. We already have, working together with our franchisee partners, where we have a clear plan. By 1/3 of our franchisee partners will get into the green 100% carbon neutral status by end of this year, 2023, and 100% carbon neutral status by 2025.
Is it because, the plan, the dealers and everyone, please correct me if I'm wrong, they are using solar panels, or they are getting, I think, 30% of their availability through solar panels, if I am not wrong.
That goes, because there are different dealer networks.
So okay, so if they're say having solar panels, is it because for you to have actually green energy into the for charging, we need to have a grid. So are you planning कि जो solar panels dealers लगा रहे हैं, वही solar panels से energy is going into the charging, and then it's how it's going to transfer?
Both ways. What is more important is the energy which we are using our charging network has to be green.
Correct.
The greatest and idealistic situation is it is generated by self, but that also has a limitation of utilization, because if it doesn't matches power generation and power utilization, then you also should have an infrastructure and grid available which help you in exchange of the power. And that's what sometimes in the plant or in the other locations we might have to look, where our power generation cycles and power consumption cycles are matching. Otherwise, we are ending up into developing the power storage devices, which are very, very investment heavy. The government infrastructure is also developing quite rapidly in this field. And when the grids are available with the exchange of energies, I think this topic will also be addressed in a better way. Overall, what I say, charge, whatever energy we use for charges has to be green. And that is our goal by 2025. It has to go towards 100% with the help of our franchisee partners. So wherever we talk about franchisee partners, that's the goal. But when we speak about charging network, that's the goal step by step we will achieve by 2030.
And are you also looking to move towards say hybrid or like to expand hybrid model?
So product portfolio are generally defined with the customer expectation and acceptance. What we have seen in India right now, based on the market study as well as customer acceptance, we had high demand for ICE vehicles so far, and the demand for electric vehicle or acceptance for electric vehicle has grown significantly. So if we see the numbers in India right now is really great, towards electric acceptance. Hybrid vehicle, we haven't seen, first of all, that level of demand as compared to electric vehicles. And the strategy of the organization will continue to be electric vehicle direction. And this strategy, again, in line with changing customer expectations. So today we are very confident that the customer alignment towards or inclining towards the electric vehicle, and Mercedes-Benz would like to bring and satisfy these customer needs.
Another thing I really admire about Mercedes is that you do have an extensive research centers, where amazing amount of technologies are being built. And as you mentioned, that you had Green Production Day, Earth Day, where, you were giving people really the platform to come up with technologies and share with you. So share with me some of the innovative technologies that you guys are working on, in the sustainability space.
Okay, in sustainability space, we start with our plant first. When I speak about technology, there are various digital technologies which we are developing and implemented in the different direction of aspects of Industry 4.0. It's a great balance between the advanced manufacturing processes, connected systems, and human skills, which we try to achieve in our plants. With the help of digitalization, as we did not speak about it, but that's always a topic everywhere we speak about supply chain. With the help of digitalization and with the help of data-driven decision making, we are also trying to address a lot of supply chain topics. And with this, we are trying to satisfy customer needs. So overall, I would say we are in a positive directions when it comes to the usage of technology in the plant towards the future. Now, development of technologies, we have a research center across the globe, but we also have a research center in India, which also works on various technological aspects on product as well as manufacturing technology. And whenever there is a possibility of co-creation, definitely we use it. About contribution from India R&D Center, we always proudly say there is a bit of India in every Mercedes across globe. So that level of contribution on technology innovation is already available from India, and we would like to see in future as well that this grows and develops in future.
And does it ever happen with you? For example, if I have say an EQS 518 just in front of you and I'm okay, it's looking beautiful. Do you ever feel कि अरे यार इसमें ये भी है, प्लीज ये तो आपको पता ही नहीं है कि इसको हमने इस तरीके से बनाया है या इसमें हमने ये भी डाला है जो शायद as a consumer I cannot touch it, I cannot feel it, but it's there in the car.
So sometimes, as a consumer, of course, there are a lot of consumer now, the awareness has increased for the safety. Safety is the basic, pillar or most important pillar of Mercedes-Benz. Our EQS 580 has already, Euro NCAP 5-star rating, which is almost for all our cars. And that's one of the most safest car on the street. When I talk about now, when consumer look at the car, looks beautiful, but consumer are not aware that with the drag coefficient of 0.2, it's the world's most aerodynamically designed car, which is in production today. So it
Please
has
explain and break the words drag coefficient and aerodynamical design car.
so the design of the car, which we say this exterior shape of the car, which defines that what kind of resistance you have with the air when you are driving the car with the speed. And drag coefficient is the coefficient which is being defined to define this aerodynamic coefficient. So with 0.2, which is the lowest in the industry, EQS, which looks this sleek and beautiful design, also has become the world's most aerodynamic car. Means when it is running on the street, on one side, it has the best power, which is from the electric vehicle battery, which is sustainable. But on other side, why it is beneficial? Because it has a less air resistance. With this, we always call it as what is a better performance of the car in the street is not only coming from the fuel efficiency, but fuel efficiency also or battery efficiency also being affected by the aerodynamics. And that also advantageous in terms of EQS, which may not all 100% customers aware about it. We spoke about the range, we spoke about the battery pack, we spoke about the structure of the car, material we use. In EQS also has a HEPA filter, which filters all kind of particles up to range of 99.5%, and cleans and send a clean air into the compartment. I think this also could be some of the things which people might not aware of, customer might not aware of. And there are many such minute and small details are included in the car when we design this car. As I mentioned, this car is set up, along with the character, which is our flagship model. And these are the few specialities I can say we can take up. But apart from that, I think the obvious features which everyone is aware about is definitely this the MBUX hyperscreen, the AI-driven content, which is very personalized to our customers, the connectivity. I think these are very known and talked about features in our car.
So, thanks for sharing all those features with us. To me, it already seems like a desirable car. And, listening everything from the way you're using steel into it, recycle or steel, stuff like that. So now moving to the next part of it, please tell us that, how are you building a future-ready plant? Because a future-ready plant is sustainable. A future-ready plant is, really bulletproof, I would say, in terms of not impacting the environment, the ecosystem. So what is your plan and how are you doing?
Yeah, bulletproof and flexible, I would say.
Bulletproof and flexible.
So it goes, together. Hope it is not oxymoron, but it's really
no,
together.
But yeah, we can.
So, we spoke about the sustainability aspect of a plant. When the transformation of plant started in 2022, it has touched various aspects. Transformation journey in 2022 started with, balancing, perfectly between mixing of advanced production processes in the plant, connected devices at the plant, as well as addressing it together with the human skills. When we have a perfect balance of this, the transformation journey was very, very easy throughout in the plant. In 2022, we started adapting this plant towards the future plant. In the future plant, which can cater to all the future needs of Mercedes-Benz in this market. We adapted all the mechanical system or many of the mechanical system, electrical devices, connected system, so that it becomes, possible to produce different cars in the plant. When the plant equipments have been adapted, it obviously talks about the processes. The electrification journey we spoke about, it's the first time started with EQS. And that was really a proud moment for us, And it really is a strong testimony of manufacturing prowess of Mercedes-Benz India plant and our commitment towards Make in India. Why I'm talking about this is when equipments are changing, the processes are changing, the product like electric vehicles having this battery as a major part of it. Battery also falls into the special hazardous category of materials. And when it has become the important part of your product, all your processes which are defined today has to be altered a little bit so that it can adjust into this new special product in your portfolio. The people are always at the center of any transformation. Without them, we can't do transformation. So a lot of skill development programs, a lot of training have been imparted so that people understand and now skill enough in the area of electrification, handling the high voltage circuit. Then they are aware about some of the preventive as well as some emergency situations. The people are now becoming ready, and they are now ready and skilled to handle on one side electric vehicles, but on other side you must be seeing our products are not only mechanical products, or nowadays the software products on the wheels. And that really is a skill development and impartment which we have done in the plant. If I look at from the product, plant, equipment, processes, and people, all those topics together and preparation together has set up really a base for developing this factory towards the future factory. And when I put it together, I'm really proud that with all these initiatives and all these steps, today we could set up flexible lines in the plant. It is one of the most flexible plant what we have. We can produce on the same lines IC engine vehicles as well as electric cars. We can produce multiple models on the same line. And that's really, I call it as a most flexible and future and sustainable plant.
It definitely is. Did you envision this, like when you joined this organization, envision that Venkatesh Kulkarni would be leading an iconic move for Mercedes-Benz India? And like, you really have given all of us a really proud moment from setting up this plant and, like bringing digitalization, then to the, EQS 580. How do you feel about, like, did you ever imagine ki ye change of wave you as a person will bring?
Of course, first of all, yes, I feel proud about it. But not only for myself, but I feel proud about my whole team and the whole team of Mercedes-Benz India, because the team together has brought this dream into the reality. And I would say it's really a great feeling to have a plant product which is contributing to sustainable future, which is the most important strategic direction for Mercedes-Benz. And in this direction, I think we have started our journey in 2022, and we will continue this journey towards future, bringing more beautiful cars from this future plant of Mercedes-Benz India here in Chakanin.
So, like when as we mentioned, that was the first time that EQS was built outside of Germany. When you actually floated this thought, or when this thought actually came in, how did the team react? Like, did they find it believable कि आज तक किसी ने नहीं करा है, हम मतलब कैसे करेंगे, या फिर they were like कि हम कर लेंगे? So, how did you actually prepare the team? How did you prepare, say, the suppliers? What was that time frame like for you?
So, as I mentioned, for any transformation, for any dream to come to true, team and people is always most important, and they're always center point. And when we discuss this together with our team, not only India, but with the global team, because when we implement such project, it's one global Mercedes-Benz team, which is part of it. And when we work together, we have defined our project plans, which runs from 1 year to 3 years to 5 years, well in advance. There are all the steps and planning was in place. And team was very excited because it's not about a product, because we bring new products every year. So it's not only about product, but it's about changing and transforming the plant altogether. It is about entering into the new generation. It is about entering a new era. It is about contributing to the sustainable future. And that was the very a feeling which was really giving a lot of motivation to the people to contribute on this project, and people were excited. A lot of ideas which were generated, that how we can do it in a better way. Because if you want to make the plant flexible, which can produce IC as well as electric vehicles, these are some of the ideas are coming from people as well. When people I speak about, they were motivated to learn the new technology. They themselves also spend times, hours, weeks and months on the high voltage trainings, got themselves trained into not only electrical aspect of battery, but also electronics aspect, software aspect, not only preventive cases, but also emergency cases. When I speak about the people are not only taking care of aspect in our plant, because our plant was already started our journey towards carbon neutrality. It is on way. But when I speak about carbon neutrality, and when we speak about Ambition 2039, it's not about Mercedes-Benz, but it is also about Mercedes-Benz along with all our suppliers. So this was really a team which was not only focusing on ourselves, but also trying to make the efforts that our suppliers are also becoming green day by day and product by product. The team was also working together with our suppliers, our business partners, making them aware about Ambition 2039 targets or goals what we have defined, taking them together with us, understanding their plan of sustainable future and what initiatives they would like to bring. On one side, it is the initiative, but on other side, we also ensure that it's also part of our qualification criteria. Whenever we award the future contract, our supplier also has to commit to our sustainable future goal and ambitions. So it's together with initiative as well as performance driven criteria. I'm very happy that, when we are proud about, installing solar plant in our plant, I'm also happy that our team together with our suppliers also could install the solar plant in their plant premises. And then they are also not looking at product carbon neutrality, but also looking at their operations, which are becoming green. So the journey was really driven by a team. Really transformation was done together with the people, by people, and for people.
That's amazing, like the way it translated into everyone. I really think that, because you had like a very strong vision, a very strong value system. And like, jitna bhi I have listened and heard about Mercedes, it comes to me as a very strong brand who is never going to, fail. No matter what the challenge is, we're going to stand up, we're going to deal it. That is like how I see, this brand. And I think the way you handled it, the way the team handled it, it really shows into every person's, the way of action. So my next question to you would be that ये गाड़ी तो जर्मनी में बनी रही थी. What was your why to bring it to India? What was your why to say that ठीक है नहीं हम लोग बनाएंगे इंडिया में?
When we speak about our electrification journey, when I speak about people is not only our employees, but also our customers. Our customer needs are always on top of our agenda. We were really driven with the clear focus that our customers also should have luxury electric vehicle in India. They should have access and they should enjoy the made in India luxury electric car. And that was the first motivation driven for the market. Also, when we speak about transforming the whole portfolio, the journey has to start. And pioneering some electrification journey in the all CKD networks, it's always a great feeling. So I'm really proud that India is a plant who started this electrification journey, the first among all CKD network. We are very proud that we are part of the Mercedes-Benz electric vehicle network across the globe. And that was really motivation coming from market for the customer dedication, as well as contribute being the first in this journey so that we can define our future in a better way.
I'm not wrong, like your logistics are also like, very well planned. Please touch upon the logistics part as well.
So logistic parts in a sustainability view is simple. The processes of logistics have to be altered because we are talking about now handling this special hazardous material of batteries. Logistic also, when we speak about the CKD plant, when it is more focused on assemblies, we also, have a lot of packaging materials with us in logistics. We have very special initiatives, how we can reduce our waste, how we can use the recycled material in our logistics. We have a clear digitalization in place, which optimize our logistic processes. And this really not helping making my operations efficient, but also saving a lot of money for the organization, as well as it is contributing to sustainability. When we reduce the carbon footprint by any means, it helps the earth. And that's how the logistics also played a bigger part in overall, you can say, making our transformation journey, you can say, successful.
Definitely. I'm really looking forward to the wave of change that you will be driving even stronger. And, thank you for doing this. And I think that one of the reasons I am amazed by knowing all these things is that I never imagined कि इस level की depth होगी, in terms of the material that we are having, in terms of the mat जो car में है, then, fuel efficiency in the normal vehicles as well, which are not electric. But we still have tried to reduce, their emissions as well. So it really feels amazing that the way you're working on all those areas. So thank you for doing it. Thank you for letting us know कि sustainability, luxury भी possible है. And this is how Mercedes-Benz is again going to be a leader when it comes to carbon neutral mobility. And I think I mentioned with Mr. Shekhar also today, you're not just leading alone, but you're also building the entire ecosystem. You're taking the spirits of collaboration together. So thanks for doing it. Thanks for taking the time to share all that with us. And thank you for being with us here today.
Pleasure is ours. Thank you very much having this discussion. I really enjoyed it because this topic of sustainability is very close to my heart. It's really contributing to the earth, contributing to the sustainable future, and it is for all of us.